The body benefits from movement, and the mind benefits from stillness. But the soul benefits from watching. For in observation lies the key to understanding the human heart. You've been lied to your entire life. Not by your parents, not by your teachers, but by every person who's ever said, "I'm fine," while their body screamed the opposite. Today, I'm going to teach you 15 psychological truths that will change how you see every human interaction forever. By the end of this video, you'll be able to read people like an open book. And trust me, some of those books contain secrets their owners never meant to share. I'm a practicing psychologist, and after 15 years of studying human behavior, I can tell you this. Your body is a terrible liar. While your mouth can craft elaborate stories, your subconscious mind is constantly broadcasting the truth through micro-expressions, posture, and involuntary movements. The average person misses 90% of these signals, but you're about to join the 10% who don't. Eye direction reveals thinking. When someone looks up and to the right, they're constructing, creating new information, or potentially lying. Up and to the left means they're remembering actual events. This is called neuro-linguistic programming, eye-accessing cues, and it's based on how our brain processes information. Here's the breakdown. When your coworker says they finished that report and looks up right, they're likely constructing an excuse. When they look up left and say, "I remember exactly what happened in the meeting," they're accessing real memories. But here's the critical detail most people miss. This reverses for about 15% of people, particularly left-handed individuals. So always establish a baseline first. Ask them about their childhood pet. Watch where their eyes go when they're clearly remembering something real. Feet point toward interest. Your feet are honest. They're the most distant part of your body from your brain, so they receive the least conscious control. When someone's feet point toward the door during a conversation, they want to leave. When they point toward you, you have their genuine attention. I once watched a networking event where a woman claimed to be fascinated by a man's business pitch. Her words said yes, but her feet were angled 45 degrees toward the bar. She made an excuse and left within 3 minutes. Her feet told the truth her politeness was hiding. In romantic situations, this is gold. If someone's feet point toward you while talking to someone else, you're the person they're really interested in. If their feet point away while they're talking to you, they're just being polite. Genuine smiles engage eye muscles. The difference between a real smile and a fake one lies in the orbicularis oculi, the muscle around your eyes. A genuine smile, called a Duchenne smile, creates crow's feet and raises the cheeks. A fake smile only moves the mouth. Politicians have mastered the fake smile, but watch their eyes during debates. When they're genuinely amused or pleased, you'll see those eye crinkles. When they're performing, the smile stops at the mouth. Your dating life will improve dramatically with this knowledge. A genuine smile from across the room means real interest. A mouth-only smile is just social courtesy. The difference could save you from embarrassing misreads and help you identify authentic connections. Micro-expressions last under a second. Before someone controls their facial expression, their true emotion flashes across their face for about 1/7 of a second. These micro-expressions reveal what they're really feeling before their social mask kicks in. Dr. Paul Ekman identified 7 universal micro-expressions: happiness, sadness, anger, fear, disgust, surprise, and contempt. The key is training your eye to catch that split-second flash. When someone says, "Congratulations on your promotion," but you catch a micro-expression of disgust or contempt, you know they're actually jealous or resentful. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about understanding the complete emotional picture. Mirroring equals trust. When people feel comfortable and connected, they unconsciously mirror each other's body language. If you're sitting forward, they sit forward. If you cross your legs, they cross theirs. This is called postural echo, and it's a sign of rapport. But here's the advanced technique. You can create rapport by strategically mirroring others. If you subtly match their posture, gesture speed, and even breathing rhythm, you'll build unconscious trust. Sales professionals use this constantly. The warning sign is when mirroring stops. If someone was matching your movements and suddenly breaks the pattern, they've mentally checked out or become uncomfortable. Pay attention to when the synchronization breaks. It often coincides with the moment they decided they disagree with you. Crossed arms equal defense or discomfort. Crossed arms create a physical barrier between someone and the world. It's a self-soothing gesture that says, I need protection, or I disagree but won't say it directly. However, context matters. If it's cold, crossed arms might just mean they're trying to stay warm. But if someone crosses their arms immediately after you make a statement, they're creating distance from your idea. The advanced read is noticing when someone's arms are crossed, but their hands are visible versus hidden. Hidden hands suggest they're more closed off or potentially deceptive. Visible hands, even while crossed, indicate they're uncomfortable but still open to dialogue. Blink rate equals stress indicator. The average person blinks 12 to 20 times per minute. Under stress, this rate increases dramatically. When someone is lying, anxious, or overwhelmed, their blink rate can double or triple. Watch news interviews or press conferences. Politicians facing tough questions will show increased blinking. It's involuntary, the body's way of trying to block out stressful stimuli. Conversely, very slow blinking or prolonged staring can indicate aggression or an attempt to intimidate. When someone maintains unnaturally steady eye contact without normal blinking patterns, they're working hard to control their presentation. Touching neck or face equals anxiety. When people feel anxious or deceptive, they unconsciously touch their neck, face, or mouth. These are called adapter behaviors, self-soothing gestures that help manage internal stress. The neck touch is particularly revealing because the neck contains many nerve endings. When someone touches their throat or collarbone while speaking, they're literally trying to calm their nervous system. Mouth covering is another classic tell. When someone covers their mouth while speaking, they're subconsciously trying to prevent words from coming out, often because they're not entirely truthful. Politicians and executives do this constantly during damage control press conferences. Spacing reveals comfort. Everyone has an invisible bubble of personal space called proxemics. In American culture, intimate distance is 0 to 18 inches. Personal distance is 18 inches to 4 feet. Social distance is 4 to 12 feet. And public distance is 12 plus feet. When someone consistently maintains the maximum appropriate distance, they're uncomfortable. When they move closer than necessary, they're either trying to intimidate or showing genuine interest. The power move is watching how people adjust their spacing throughout a conversation. If someone starts at social distance and gradually moves to personal distance, you're building rapport. If they start close and gradually back away, you're losing them. Raised eyebrows equal surprise or submission. The eyebrow flash, a quick raising of both eyebrows, is a universal greeting signal that says, I acknowledge you and I'm not a threat. It happens in about 1/6 of a second and occurs in every culture worldwide. When someone raises their eyebrows and holds them there while listening to you, they're showing submission or surprise. It's their way of saying, I'm taking in what you're saying, or I didn't expect that. Missing eyebrow flashes in greetings can indicate hostility, distraction, or discomfort. If someone doesn't give you the eyebrow flash when you meet, they're either dealing with something heavy or they're not pleased to see you. Pacifying gestures equal nervousness. When people feel stressed, they unconsciously perform pacifying behaviors to self-soothe. These include rubbing their hands together, adjusting their clothes, playing with jewelry, or touching their hair. The key is recognizing when these behaviors spike. If someone starts playing with their wedding ring immediately after you ask a specific question, that topic makes them uncomfortable. Women often touch their hair when they're nervous or trying to appear attractive. Men might adjust their tie or cufflinks. These aren't random movements. They're emotional releases that help manage internal tension. People reveal more than they realize. The average person gives away their true thoughts and feelings through hundreds of microsignals every day. They're unconscious of 95% of their own body language, which makes them terrible at controlling it. This is why skilled interrogators, therapists, and salespeople focus more on what people don't say than what they do say. The body provides a constant stream of authentic information that bypasses conscious filters. Your advantage is developing conscious awareness of these unconscious signals. While others are focused on crafting their words, you're reading their authentic emotional state through their involuntary behaviors. Confidence equals open body, head high. Confident people take up space. They stand with their feet shoulder width apart, keep their shoulders back, and hold their head high. Their gestures are open and expansive, not contracted and protective. The opposite is equally revealing. People who feel insecure make themselves smaller. They hunch their shoulders, keep their arms close to their body, and avoid taking up space. Watch how people enter rooms. Confident individuals walk in with purpose, scan the room openly, and position themselves where they can see and be seen. Insecure people slip in quietly, avoid eye contact, and position themselves near walls or exits. People show who they are under pressure. Stress strips away social pretenses and reveals authentic personality. When people are under pressure, their true character emerges through their body language and micro-expressions. Notice how someone behaves when they're running late, dealing with technology problems, or receiving criticism. Do they become aggressive? Do they shut down? Do they blame others? These reactions reveal their core coping mechanisms. The most valuable insight comes from watching people during minor frustrations. How someone treats a waiter during a busy restaurant visit tells you more about their character than hours of pleasant conversation. Gaze duration equals intimacy or threat. Eye contact has two extremes, intimacy and intimidation. The difference lies in duration and context. Lovers maintain soft, prolonged eye contact. Predators use hard, unblinking stares. Normal eye contact in conversation should be about 50 to 60% of the time, broken into 3 to 5 second intervals. Too little eye contact suggests discomfort, deception, or disinterest. Too much can feel aggressive or inappropriately intimate. The golden rule is matching the other person's eye contact pattern and gradually increasing if you want to build connection. If they consistently look away when you make eye contact, they're either shy or not interested in deeper connection. Putting it all together. These 15 psychological truths work together to create a complete picture of human behavior. The key is never relying on a single signal. Instead, look for clusters of behaviors that reinforce each other. For example, if someone says they're excited about a project but their voice lacks energy, their smile doesn't reach their eyes, their arms are crossed, and they're blinking rapidly, you know they're not genuinely enthusiastic despite their words. The most skilled people readers develop what I call behavioral literacy, the ability to read body language as fluently as written language. This skill transforms your personal relationships, professional interactions, and overall social intelligence. Using this knowledge responsibly. With great power comes great responsibility. These skills should be used to better understand and connect with people, not to manipulate or take advantage of them. The goal is improved communication and deeper relationships, not exploitation. Remember that everyone has reasons for their behavior. If someone's body language suggests they're uncomfortable, the appropriate response is to create safety and understanding, not to press harder or use their discomfort against them. Your new superpower. You now possess knowledge that 90% of people lack. You can read the emotional subtext of every conversation, identify when someone is genuinely interested versus just being polite, and recognize stress, deception, and attraction before they're verbally expressed. Practice these skills daily. Start with low-stakes situations like coffee shops or grocery stores. Notice how people's body language changes throughout their interactions. The more you practice, the more automatic these readings become. Your relationships will deepen because you'll respond to people's authentic emotional states rather than just their words. Your professional success will improve because you'll know when you have genuine buy-in versus surface-level agreement. For the next 30 days, I challenge you to consciously observe one of these psychological truths each day. Day 1, focus on eye direction. Day 2, notice where people's feet point. Day 3, identify genuine versus fake smiles. By day 30, you'll have developed an unconscious competency in reading people that will serve you for life. You'll wonder how you ever navigated relationships without this knowledge. The world is full of people trying to communicate with you on levels deeper than words. You now have the tools to hear what they're really saying. Use them wisely, use them kindly, and watch your understanding of human nature transform completely. Remember, everyone has a story their body is telling. You just learned how to read it.